Angie Dickinson once named the 7 most damned actors she had ever known, and the story behind that list reveals as much about her as it does about them. Angie Dickinson was born Angeline Brown on September 30, 1931, in Colum, North Dakota, and grew up as the second of 3 daughters in a modest household. Her father was a newspaper editor, her mother a homemaker, and together they raised their children with discipline and small-town values. When the family moved to Burbank, California, everything changed for young Angie. The heart of the entertainment world was now right outside her door, and although she initially had no dreams of becoming an actress, fate had other plans. She earned a business degree and worked as a secretary, but her confidence and striking beauty caught attention when she entered a local beauty pageant. Winning that competition opened doors she had never imagined, and soon television producers noticed her. By the mid-1950s, she was appearing on anthology series and Western shows like Death Valley Days and The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, where her mix of charm and strength made her stand out. Her big break came in 1959 when she starred alongside John Wayne and Dean Martin in Rio Bravo, directed by Howard Hawks. As Feathers, the clever and strong-willed saloon girl, Angie proved she could stand shoulder to shoulder with the biggest male stars in Hollywood. The role made her a household name and redefined how women could be portrayed in westerns, not just as pretty faces, but as clever and courageous equals. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, she became one of the most respected and versatile actresses in the industry, moving seamlessly between thrillers like The Killers and Point Blank, and lighter roles in comedies and romances. Her natural poise, confidence, and intelligence made her a favorite co-star for legends like Frank Sinatra, Burt Lancaster, and Lee Marvin off-screen. She became part of Hollywood's most glamorous circles, often spending time with the Rat Pack, but it was in 1974 that she made history with her most iconic role, Sergeant Pepper Anderson in the groundbreaking series Police Woman. As one of the first female police detectives on television, Dickinson inspired millions of women and redefined what a female lead could be. Her performance earned her a Golden Globe and made her a symbol of empowerment during a time when women were demanding stronger roles both on and off the screen. Even after the series ended, she kept working steadily in films and TV, showing a willingness to take risks and play complex characters. Her appearance in Dressed to Kill in 1980 was one of her boldest roles, proving she was never afraid to reinvent herself. Later, her cameo in Ocean's 11 in 2001 was a sweet nod to her long and legendary career. Her personal life, however, was just as fascinating as her career. Angie's first marriage to Gene Dickinson, a businessman, gave her stability during her early days in Hollywood, though it ended after 8 years as her fame began to rise. She kept his last name, which would become her lasting professional identity. Her second marriage in 1965 to the great composer Burt Bacharach made them one of Hollywood's golden couples. They shared glamour, art, and passion, but their relationship was also filled with challenges. Their daughter, Nikki, was born prematurely and struggled with health issues, and while Angie devoted herself to motherhood, Burt's career kept him constantly on the move. The emotional distance eventually broke them apart, and they divorced in 1981. Yet, Angie always spoke of Burt with deep respect, calling him a musical genius and acknowledging the love they once shared. The tragic loss of their daughter in 2007 was a heartbreak she carried quietly for the rest of her life. Through all the fame and heartache, Angie Dickinson remained brutally honest about the industry she helped define. In one rare and candid conversation, she spoke about the 7 most damned actors she had known, not with bitterness, but with fascination for how brilliance and tragedy often walk hand in hand in Hollywood. First on her list was Marlon Brando, whom she called a man of genius and destruction in one. She admired him more than almost anyone, but said his own brilliance was his curse. He wanted truth in a business built on lies, she once said, describing how his intensity made him both adored and alone. Next was Steve McQueen, whom she said was damned by his need for control. She adored him but recognized his restless spirit. He was always running from studios, from love, from himself, she said. He was beautiful to look at, But he never trusted happiness. Then came Burt Reynolds, a dear friend whom she said was damned by pride. He wanted to be loved, but could never admit it. Behind his laughter and charm was loneliness, she said, the kind that fame only makes worse. The fourth was Montgomery Clift, whom she admired deeply despite never working with him. She called him damned by the world's inability to accept who he really was. To Angie, Clift's pain came from being too sensitive for an industry that devours souls like his. The fifth was Richard Burton, whom she described as damned by love. His passion for Elizabeth Taylor was both his greatest joy and his downfall. They burned each other alive, she said. He wasn't evil. He was just addicted to love. Her sixth choice was James Dean, damned by youth. Though she never met him, she said his ghost lingered in Hollywood long after his death. He was everything young actors dreamed of being, and everything they feared becoming. Finally, she named Robert Mitchum, damned by his defiance. She had worked with him early in her career and admired his confidence and rebellion. He didn't care what the studio wanted, she said. He wasn't damned by weakness, but because he refused to bow. After naming them, Angie paused and said, "I don't say damned as an insult. I say it as truth." To her, these men were the most human souls in a world that rarely forgives humanity. They were brilliant, flawed, and unforgettable. The brightest stars who burned too fast and too hot. And in her own elegant way, Angie didn't condemn them. She honored them. "We were all damned in a way," she said with a soft smile, "but that's what made us real." If you love stories from Hollywood's golden age and want to uncover more hidden truths from its brightest legends, make sure to subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin and press the bell icon so you never miss an update.